Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to go over my personal fishing kayak for 2025, and it's this kayak you see behind me here. This is the Bonafide PWR129. This is the same kayak that I ran last year out on the lakes, but if you watch that video last year, you're going to notice some very key differences that I'm doing this year versus last year. And if you want to check out my previous video on this kayak and my previous setup, I'll link it on the end screen of this video, but go ahead and watch this video. There may be some ideas or some features on here that might benefit you no matter what kayak you're in. But anyways, guys, I'll have the links in the description below if you want to check out any of these accessories for yourself. But let's get right into it. Okay, so starting, I'll go bow to stern. Again, if you want to see a full walkthrough of the Bonafide PWR, I've done videos on it. Okay, so the biggest difference you'll see on this kayak versus what I had last year. Last year, I ran the Motor Guide XI3 on the front. This year, I'm running the Newport NK300 on the rear. Biggest difference there, obviously, the motor being going from a 12 volt to a 36 volt motor. You already know I run red Odeo batteries. I'll run it till the wheels fall off. That has been great to me on both my 12 volt motor, but they do have a 36 volt battery that will run this thing for hours. I've got a 50 amp hour, 36 volt battery, red Odeo. I'll have a link in the description if you want to check that out. I do have a discount code for them on their website. Those of you that continue to buy from them, I have heard no negative feedback, and I have had nothing but positive experiences with this battery. So moving forward here, the custom Ketch board, again, those at Ketch, I've been a big fan of theirs for a long time. I'm definitely excited to partner up with them. You can get the Bearded Paddler custom Ketch board like I've got here, but you can get anything you want, obviously, on their website. There's a lot of different options. I do have a discount code with them, so if you want to support the channel and support an American company like Ketch, please do so. But anyways, moving back, we've got the Wizard foot control steering. I'm really happy with this. Roller bearings, super easy. I love the foot peg system on that, so it's a lot like the passenger pegs on like a motorcycle. It's really good if you're up in that high position or in the low position. You don't have the angle of the pedal to worry about. Those are very comfortable. It's got kind of a padded grip on there. Really happy with the performance of that. And on the PWR, I like it because I really didn't have to drill anything on this kayak to do this. It simply uses the existing line for the foot controlled rudder that's already on there. All you're doing is you're replacing the stock foot pedals with the foot sliders here, or the roller bearing guide. So this is one of the bigger reasons that I chose the PWR. In addition to how it handles in big open water, I love horizontal rod storage, and I love how this utilizes that. A lot of kayaks do horizontal storage. This one is usable, is the best way I could describe it. You don't have those really long, deep tubes where you got to worry about the tip of your rod getting hung up in. You just got the rod tip in there, and you've got a really nice saddle built into the side of the seat with that bungee. It really secures it nicely if you're traveling, or if you're out on the water. It's easy to put it in, take it out really quickly instead of having to worry about the angle and making a lot of noise doing it.
That's what she said.
Really?
I just like the way the angle is set up on that. It makes it a lot more usable, if that makes sense. Moving back, I've got my throttle mount on the right side. I do use the Ketch Stubby and puck mount. Now the puck adapter is built specifically for the Native and the Bonafide. You don't have to get the puck adapter, but the Stubbies are really nice. It's basically a metal version of the Yak Attack Mighty Mount 2. So it's a single T-bolt track that you can mount anywhere on your kayak, no matter what kayak you have. And if you do have a Bonafide or Native, you've got these little single mounts that they've got installed in the hull of the kayak. I feel like that's a really underutilized part of Native and Bonafide kayaks. but this solves that problem. It's really easy and it gives you a very, very solid mount. So it'll help a lot with the play that you get back and forth on there. Now, granted, some of that play comes from the lock and load base from Yak Attack, because that is just meant to be adjustable and to move it around on that base. It does have some play on there still, but the puck mount, I really like that setup as well. Moving back, of course, on the seat, I love the high-low option. There are situations where I prefer a low option, but most of the time, about 90% of the time, I'm in that high seat. And then having that throttle mount is really nice because it's really close to the seat, but not close enough to where I'm bumping into it too much. Running the kayak cushion on my seat, I've run kayak cushions. Me and Christina both have run those about four years now. This is actually one of my original kayak cushions. We own about 4 or 5 of them. Sometimes I'll run it on the back. That's why we've got so many of them. We like to run them on the seat back and the seat bottom. For me, they do sell the little cush bar. I just like having the full cushion on the seat back. That's just me personally though. Moving further back, the battery. Now the battery does fit perfectly still in that slot. So that slot was kind of originally designed for the Torqeedo battery pack, but a Group 31 size battery fits perfectly in there. Obviously, if you're running a 12-volt motor, Red Audio does sell the 12-volt 100-amp-hour mini, which is even smaller. Right next to it, and now one thing that I do on this this is probably my favorite accessory on the entire boat, is the Marinco plug adapter. This is made by Ketch. This is something that you can run on any kayak. This one specifically is made for the PWR129, and it's meant to go where a lot of people will utilize the flush mount rod holders. This will give you a plug right next to the battery. You don't have to worry about having your plugs under where your seat is and then bumping it with your seat or anything else. I like to maximize the storage I have under my seat and then have that plug where I can reach it really quickly. Also, when you're loading it and unloading it, it makes it a lot easier to unplug and plug in your battery. Further back into the tank well, the battery, there's plenty of room left for my 16x16 Blackpack Pro. And even further back, you've got my other Marinco plug. Again, I prefer those with your heavier duty, 24 volt or 36 volt setups, the motors. The rumor has it that the next bow mount motor is going to be a 24 or a 36 volt option. So those Marinco plugs are really worth it in my opinion. They come with a much, much better capacity. And then obviously you want to make sure that you're running a breaker switch to break that current flow from your battery to your motor. And I use just a simple setup. It's just a simple 60 amp breaker. I'll leave a link down in the description below on that, and I'll throw a picture up here if you want to check out what that looks like. Moving even further back, I've got of course the NK300. Now this is on the Ketch transom mount. So the thing that I like about that mount is it is metal. You're going to lose a lot less energy than using your plastic. That plastic's going to flex and bend a little bit. Think of that as a shock absorber. That is going to lose a little bit of energy. Is it going to be a night and day difference? No, but I really like the setup. You can also run the micro power pole in conjunction with the motor. So that's also a really nice thing. I don't use a micro power pole, but I may in the future. And of course, the star of the show, the propulsion of my kayak on the lakes, the NK300. This thing has been amazing. Prices continue to go up on there, which in my opinion is why you want to invest in a quality battery, but not spend a ton of money on it. That's why I prefer the Red Audio batteries. It's the same internal parts. It's the same, basically what you're doing is you're paying for the warranty with different companies. Different companies have different warranties, and the price can really fluctuate on that. But guys, that is my setup for 2025. Again, it's a work in progress. It can change, but that is what I'm going to run. If you have any questions, let me know down below. I'll put a link in the description to all the different accessories if you want to check those out. And if you have any questions about them, let me know down in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.